Good morning, starshine.
Welcome to the real world. Whoa! Mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with free air. There's no second best, okay?
Good morning.
You cunt. GM, Monday, 26th of August. Trade of the day. So, I closed my swing trade. Mentioned it in Swing Trader over here. Closed my swing trade at 63,720 or whatever. Basically, if we zoom right in, on the lower time frame charts, I closed it here. Somewhere around here. Somewhere around there. Because I thought there was a risk of basically what happened. So I mentioned this, right? We lost the value area low of this distribution over here. And go like this. Okay. And then I mentioned this on daily levels, the couple of different paths you could see. But we lost that level, so there was a risk of flushing lower. We did flush lower. I mentioned Friday's value area high as being an area we could come to, which looks really nice. We've held at that so far. I said as well, still bullish, but I see an immediate risk of a flush lower. So that's exactly what that was. We saw the flush. The reason for thinking that was because we've quite a build-up of open interest throughout the weekend. Right, and you can still see it. It's actually still built up. We've got a little wipe of it, which is good. And overall, I'd say that's probably enough. You know, I'm happy enough to jump back in here. I'm going to wait, probably for the hourly close, 15 minutes from now. But the reason I said it, basically here, if my trade was still the first entry, I would have no concerns. I don't think we go anywhere near 61, but a flush wick to 62.5 isn't impossible. I think it shouldn't go that deep, but possible. That's the important part. My trade, as I mentioned, was originally over here, right? Or my invalidation, was originally here at 61.4. Then I added on Friday, I added more size to the trade. I moved the invalidation up to 61.8. I added more size again and I moved it up to 62.5. Why? Because we have 62.8, that very important level below us. We have also now Friday's value area high, and we have the highs from over here. And I said, okay, it shouldn't reach that level if my trade idea is correct. But because there was this potential for a wick down for a flush, I was concerned that that wick could go crazy. It could be a scam wick. It could just go like that, and we could have the exact same chart now, except the wick went really deep. So because the wick didn't go really deep, I'm not saying there's no downside risk left, but I'm happy enough to get back in here. And so I will get back in here basically right away, or close to it, just with my exact same trade as before. So I exited at 63,720. I'll probably re-enter at the same price. So I'll let it show a bit more strength. We're at 63,618 right now, but the exact same trade. Same invalidation around 62.5. Because I don't think, as the swing trade, I don't think we should go there. Now, is the bottom in? Maybe, maybe not. We could go lower, but I don't think it's going to take that level out unless we see a trend shift, in which case, I'm happy to be wrong anyway. So, how I would view this now is looking at the lower time frames and watching for a 720, so just exactly where I exited, waiting for an entry back in there. And again, this is the swing trade. This is not me saying that I think this is a great place to get long for a day trade or whatever. I think we can very well come up a bit, we can come all the way back down, we can even sweep that, we can do all that. But for a swing trade, all I care about is, do I think it can go to 62.5? And I don't think it can. I think that there is enough demand under Bitcoin. And I think that that first sweep was bought up as it should be. I think that the dip buyers are waiting to buy the dip. And also people are waiting to exit their shorts. And they're taking any chance they can. So overall, I see the risk has decreased after seeing that spike. Definitely, it can go lower. But I don't think it goes significantly lower. Right? So for me, I'd probably be, I am going to just, as is good process, I will wait for the hourly close. You never know what's going to happen. I will wait for this candle to close. It's only 10 minutes away. So maybe I get a slightly worse re-entry. That doesn't bother me. Because if we close with a green, if we close 63.8 or 63.9, that's good as well. That's fine. Also, we might get a retracement back at the start of the next candle, whatever. We got the sweep. It's about to close. with a swing failure. So it's failed to go lower. That's all good. I like that. I'm happy enough. Next up would be for Bitcoin to reclaim the 1 hour trend. Also, the 4 hour trend has now had a wick down to the lower band, and the lower band is held. That's nice. We've touched down into the gap, right? So this impulse candle, this 4 hour impulse candle, we've wicked into it, but we're not filling it. So as long as we stay like that, a wick down into it and then closing is very, very bullish. If it starts to go down again and fill into it, well, that's when it's going to invalidate. And that's why I want my 62.5 invalidation. That's why I would have that there, because I think that if it goes below this low, we're probably going to see it fully retrace or move lower, at which point it's a good place to get out, and I'd be happy enough to. Just before I go, let me see on this low time frame, are people just piling straight back in? There is some tick up of open interest again already, but the liquidation's got much lower, right? Definite big liquidation divergence there. Seems to not be many licks on the way down. Obviously a big wipe of open interest as some players got out, but I think it's fine, to be honest. Nothing there that would overly concern me. This all happening on a Monday is great too. Yes, we can go sideways, yes, we can chop, but seeing the week open with a red Monday and putting in the lower wick first early in the week is a good sign. And from there, I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good overall. So, that's it. GM. Talk soon.